If you live in Chicago, you should be very upset right now because taxpayers in Chicago have paid over $142.8 million in just a little over 4 years because of 141 Chicago police officers who have repeatedly engaged in police misconduct and also committed crimes. So the police unions and the police officers, they don't pay the police misconduct settlements. They don't pay the legal fees. No, 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 no. Chicago taxpayers pay for that. Wow. Wow, American taxpayer, are you not sick of this crap? And you're talking about just between 2019 and 2022, whereas $142.8 million of taxpayer funds were paid out because officers engage in excessive force. Officers like to touch kids, touch women, SA children, lie about themselves being on duty, get in car wrecks, drink and drive, beat their wives, and when the wives get beaten up, they want to sue the police department and also the city, and guess who pays that? The taxpayer. So as you can see, when it comes to police and also their misconduct, nothing's gonna ever change until we make these pigs pay for their own crimes. If I go out and I commit a crime and I get put on parole, do you know what happens? I pay for it. I don't walk down to my local police station and say, hey, let me borrow about $350. All right, so I can go and pay my parole officer. Negative. No, I pay for my own crimes. Why in the hell do police officers and police unions, police departments, sheriff's departments, FBI, CIA, whoever the pig agency is who abused a citizen or lied or engaged in some kind of crime, why are they not the ones who pay for this? Taxpayers already pay for their salaries, their bullets, their vehicles, the gas that go in the actual vehicles, body armor, body cam. I mean, it doesn't matter. We already pay these pigs. Why the hell do we pay for police misconduct settlements? It's disgusting. And let me read you some specifics here. Quote from news.wttw.com. In all, the city spent $295 million to resolve lawsuits alleging more than 1,000 Chicago police officers committed a wide range of misconduct, including false arrests and excessive force in 2019, 2022, 2021, and also 2020. Wow. So through the end of November, the city spent, get this, $62.3 million in 2023 to resolve police misconduct lawsuits. Now, mind you, right, only 141 officers, who are the worst of the worst officers, drove up that price tag to what it was over the past 3 or 4 years, right? But then over 1,000 officers have actually been accused. So that lets you know the quality of Chicago police. If this many citizens are calling them pigs and saying, hey, you guys need to go, right? Let me read you the very next paragraph. Cases that involve at least one officer with repeated claims of misconduct accounted for 60% of the costs borne by taxpayers to resolve police misconduct cases between 2019 and 2022. So, it's all cops with Chicago police, all of them are bad, but there's certain ones who are the worst of the worst who are costing taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars. They're not the ones paying the police misconduct settlements. They aren't the ones paying the lawyers, the court fees, the court reporter, the bailiff. They're not paying for the court facilities. No. They're simply being pigs and draining your tax dollars. When is the American public, the American taxpayer, when is enough gonna be enough for you? Huh? When? Do you think after watching this video that you paying so much in police misconduct settlements, do you think it's fair that you pay it? Or do you think the police should pay it out of their budgets and also their personal salaries? Yes or no? Because if you say no, they shouldn't do it, then then I gotta ask you about parole. What in the hell is the point of parole then? Huh? Why do one citizen, why is it that one class of citizen gotta actually get jobs, second jobs, third jobs to pay for parole, right? But then another class of citizen, a class traitor, a race soldier, they ain't gotta pay for their actual crimes. That's disgusting. So if you say this is somehow okay, then please in detail explain to me why should I, as the American taxpayer, pay for these pigs when they commit crimes? Why? Even if they are falsely accused, they should be the one to pay for it, not me. I have nothing to do with this transaction. If you go out and decide to brutalize a citizen, that has nothing to do with me. You pay for your own crimes, pig. Why do taxpayers feel obligated? Why are taxpayers forced to foot the bill for when government agents of the government, because they enforce government laws, that's what they are when these race soldiers, why are we forced to pay for their crimes? Make it make sense. And in 2022 alone, the city spent $51.5 million to resolve lawsuits that named 286 officers whose alleged misconduct more than once cost Chicago taxpayers. So it's the same officers. They're not getting rid of bad officers. They're just keeping the ones on duty who they know are bad cops. So you're paying not only because cops want to be criminals, not only because cops want to be predators, not only because cops want to be wife beaters, liars, drink and drive, not show up to actual work, shoot citizens, beat citizens. Not only do they engage in choking out citizens and hog-tying citizens and just harming citizens left and right, also engaging in civil forfeiture, but it's the same cops for the most part. And they're not simply getting rid of those cops to, at the very least, save you money. It doesn't matter if you like the cops or not. You get rid of them to save taxpayer funds. If for some reason every time Billy Bob shows up and taxpayer funds just go down a little bit, then get rid of damn Billy Bob. It's time for Billy Bob to go work at damn McDonald's. It's time for Billy Bob to go down there at State Farm and get his actual insurance license. It's time for Billy Bob to get himself a vehicle and go drive Uber. Go deliver some dang on food, Billy Bob, but don't you sit here as a police officer and cost us hundreds, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in just a few years' time. That's disgusting, Billy Bob. And Chicago police unions and the Chicago Police Department, you have no right to complain about crime when your very officers engage in the very crime you claim you're trying to stop. And yet, whenever you don't actually solve the crimes, then citizens have to actually go and police their own streets. And then on top of that, we got to turn around and pay you to do nothing, Chicago Police Department. It's disgusting. And I got to ask the American taxpayer, and especially taxpayers in Chicago, when, oh when, is enough enough?